Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Lean Initiative. And this is episode one of our first season. And this series is more about our health, about our fitness, and more of my journey to losing body fat and getting lean, hence the Lean Initiative. Our goal today is to stay within 10 minutes and get and basically cover everything that we need to for that 10 minutes. So, the purpose of today's video, we're actually more focused on who this kind of season or series will be for. So, who really I have envisioned in my mind that this would work for. And essentially, it will be people who are quite similar to me, have similar type of goals. And reason being is that I do not want to waste your time if this doesn't align with what your goals are. However, if you're still watching, I'm very grateful for the support. And if I manage to kind of sway you to take this journey as well, then that will be perfect. Give it a go, and together we can definitely improve, and hopefully, we get the results that we are looking for. So, without further ado, let's get started on who this episodes will be for. All right. Let's make this a little bit bigger so we can read that. So, this is episode one, and it's me from the past, but it's essentially looking at who this program will be for. So, the first one is looking at their goal. So, the person that this is for their goal will be to get lean and lose that body fat. If you are someone who's actually wanting to bulk or get bigger substantially, so if your goal is actually to get bigger and to build more muscle mass, and you don't really care about how much kind of body fat you're gaining or will be gaining, then this program is probably not for you, and it won't be the best one as well. So the age range that I was thinking about is around 18 to 35. You can probably get away up until 40 years old. I'm not really entirely sure, but in my mind, I think that's, yeah, even if you're 40, you can still implement this program, even up until 45 maybe. But this is more of just a range of who it will be, kind of like a perfect, almost perfect fit. So, a little bit of context is the background. You might be busy, you have a day job like myself, and you might have other commitments outside of, um, you know, other than just your job. You have, for example, you're building something on the side, you have children, you have family to take care of, you have a lot of chores, you have other things going on in your life, which makes you very much time poor, and obviously you want things to be more efficient, and more importantly, you want results, right? That's the important part. Okay, so in terms of the desires for this person is obviously you wanting to have a healthy body and an attractive physique. Let's get really lean, or lean enough, depending on your preference. And you want to have a more active lifestyle, and you have also ambitious goals outside of fitness. So ambitious goals, it could be within your relationships, it could be through your other commitments, for your family, for your career, um, and other areas of your life that's not just within your physical health. And you want to make a change. You want to, obviously, things to be better for you, and you're ready to actually leap into a transformation program for your health. And then the next part is you also want to fit into better looking clothes. So you just want to have an overall look better and make sure that you are taking care of your body, because as much as all these things that you want to achieve in life, your physical health will be your foundation, and that will actually enable you to go further in your other pursuits, or it's meant to anyways, in my opinion. So some of the issues or symptoms that we see, or more kind of like constraints that we see, is that we have an inconsistent diet and training. It's, you might have started already, but you're actually unable to stick to it, or you fall off the wagon and you actually end up doing a yo-yo diet, or a yo-yo kind of progress, where you get some good progress, but then you kind of like let yourself go, and in some scenarios you're even ending up worse than you were before. Some are always getting sick, which is a sign of poor health. You have low energy and brain fog. Me personally, this two things, I can very much relate to this in a very personal level. You know, this is probably because I try to, or in the past at least, I've tried to achieve the goals that I have in a very unhealthy manner, and low energy and brain fog. I think when you go through your journey, at some point you might have some effects of that, but it shouldn't be to the point that it is noticeable and you can't do your day-to-day job or your day-to-day activities. Another symptom is just having a high level of body fat, and little muscle definition, right? So those are the basic symptoms or kind of constraints that we see. And the common reasons for all of these, the list can go on and on, but the common reasons is usually you have limited time. Like I said, like we said earlier, you are a busy individual. You have a lot of things going on at the moment, and you have very limited time to actually input into this journey. Not that zero time is ever an excuse, but that's one of the common reasons that we hear. It's like, I don't have time, right? You have limited time, you have limited energy, and then, so the most common reasons that we usually hear is that this limited time, like we said earlier, it stems from our background. You have a lot of commitments, you have a lot of things that you do already, and having limited time, you need to make sure that whatever time you spend gives you about 80% of your results, rather than focusing on the very 5 or 10% of your results to most of your time, right? You want to be spending most of your time getting that 80% of results. And limited energy, a lot of times we hear is that, or from I hear, it's mostly me giving that excuse to myself, is that after your work, after your other commitments, you get back home and you don't have energy to go to the gym, or you don't have enough focus, for example, limited focus on one thing. You do a specific diet, and then the next you're on a whole completely different diet. You're doing weightlifting, and then all of a sudden you're doing or running a marathon or training for a marathon. Limited resources. A lot of times what I hear is that it's cheaper to eat fast food, and it's expensive to eat healthy. So I'm about to, bust out all of these myths that you might be telling yourself, but I know for sure I have been telling these things to myself at some point throughout my journey in the past, and sometimes even nowadays. So next is our root problems. So the root problems that you usually find is that you become overwhelmed by conflicting advice and over information or misinformation on the internet, right? So these things and these things usually caused by all of this root problems. Another one is, this first one is definitely can impact your focus or your energy. So another root problem is that the program that you're on takes too much time. You're spending 5 days at the gym, 6 days, 1 to 2 hours, and sometimes the program is overly complicated that you have, 8 exercises per session, or that you have to learn so much different, like it's always changing. The other one is that your calorie counting is quite time consuming and it's energy draining, that you don't stick to it, right? Leading to inconsistency. Other one is that your program is not clear. You don't know why you're following the program, or you don't know what's the impact and the outcome that you're looking for in that program. The other one is that your program does not help you build healthy habits, and it cannot be merged with your life, or you can't pick and choose of kind of like modules of that program that you implement in your life, right? Because most importantly is that what you want is to be able to, in a perfect world, just take that program and embed that into your life. The next case, or the next best scenario, is take pieces of that program and kind of mold that to fit your lifestyle, fit your goals. And the other one is diet is too hard, too many choices of what to eat. So this is definitely an issue that I encounter. And then the diet that you're on is not really sustainable, or you can't revert to it in a lot of scenarios. Other one is too much cardio. So a lot of the programs usually a lot of cardio. So the other part is, the interest that you have is self-improvement, fitness, kind of investing, personal finance. This is more of just me imagining who the person is at the other side of this channel, and why they follow me, or why you should follow me, is because there'll be more practical and no BS advice from someone who actually is going through that journey. And if you're looking for some clear strategies and a bit more motivation, and obviously a community that can help you be more accountable in your own journey, then that's why you should definitely subscribe. So that's pretty much it for me. If this sounds like you, or you can take pieces of them and say that, oh, actually this is me, then feel free to follow. I'll be coming up with the diet plan soon. So this is what we'll be covering next, is our diet, recovery, rest, and our training. So we'll see you guys in episode 2, where we cover these things. Peace.